Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. First off, thank you for those of you guys that stuck around last night to talk options, talk trading, talk markets, talk mentality. It was a packed session as usual, but I mean, after the last 2 weeks, I mean, just really glad we had the chance to get together and just go over so much of what has been happening because it's been definitely volatile. It's been busy. It's been crazy. It's also been tough in some regards, right? So it's always nice to be able to kind of like walk through things together, kind of get everybody on the same page, and hopefully, it was as beneficial for you guys as it was for me. All right. We didn't talk about earnings as much last night, which is a little bit of a change because normally we do talk about like the upcoming catalyst, and I guess part of the reason why we didn't spend as much time going over that is because the earnings this quarter, it's been a really choppy quarter of just reactions to earnings. A lot of sell the news, a lot of like muted, mixed responses, right? I'm sure you guys have been noticing this, that a lot of the big names have not been moving as much as they typically do after earnings. Coming into the week, I did actually think Zoom was maybe one of them where it could really break that pattern. So into yesterday, right? The stock was trading at the close yesterday around 410. Now, an earnings combo trade to me is basically the equivalent of like two moves for the price of one, meaning that the first move is the earnings move, right? The priced in move for the stock on reaction to earnings. And then the second move, so the combo, is triggering a significant technical breakout or a significant technical breakdown, right? So you basically get an earnings move, which triggers a technical move, and you get two moves basically for the price of one, right? That is the long and short of what an earnings combo is for me. So there's a lot of factors that play into it, and when I'm screening for things to look for when you could possibly get that, one of the things I'd love to see is gaps. Okay, so with Zoom at 410 and options pricing in about 42 to 43 points yesterday, what was nice to see on Zoom was like really well-defined gaps, basically right at that priced in band, right? So the stock closed at 410, and basically above 450, there was a really obvious gap from last quarter, right? So the thinking being, if Zoom's earnings were good and the stock got up through 450, it could trigger another major move, right, as the stock surges into the gap and fills the gap from last quarter, right? On the downside, same idea. The stock was at 410. There was a really significant support level, the 200-day, hanging at 460. So that was about 50 points lower, right? So a little bit further, but still kind of the same idea. If it breaks the 50-day, if it breaks the 200-day, I mean, there's a gap from the downside from September earnings, right? So basically 40 to 50 points on either side, significant areas of support, resistance, and significant gaps above, below, right? So if Zoom moves 50, charts seem to indicate that it could move anywhere from like 60 to 70 to even more than that, right? So when the company crushed it, right, opened right at the top of resistance, it looked like it was a pretty good opportunity to maybe break out and take off, right? I don't know why. I mean, there's been a lot of questions. A lot of people are wondering why it fizzled, and I mean, I can't really pinpoint any one reason, but it just didn't do it, right? So instead of getting the earnings combo, which is like like the second tier or the second wave move into the gap, you only got the earnings move and then it fizzled, right? So this has definitely been something I've been noticing this quarter is like you're not getting like that second push, right? You're not getting that combo move, and that's why I've really held off with a lot of the strangles and straddles is because I want to see like those second pushes to get that combo move to really reward options to want to put the risk on, right? So if they're not rewarding the risk, then why are we going to take the risk into earnings, right? So I felt Zoom was getting pretty close, but it didn't work. So I'm still waiting to see like when they really start to reward options, and then once they start to open up the moves and start to pay some of the option trades on around earnings, then we can start to focus more on this. Okay. So I really wanted to like walk through this to kind of like give my thoughts and if you're wondering why we haven't been playing more earnings, I mean a lot of it is because the action isn't really quality around earnings right now. They're not having big moves. They're not having consistent moves. They're not having clean moves. So we've been kind of holding off and being ultra selective with what we're going after. Okay? That doesn't mean that we won't do some earnings in the near future, but have to see reasons to do that. All right? So if you like this video and you're looking for more information on trading earnings with options or swing trading with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options and play. Hope you have a wonderful night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.